baby, baby.
Okay, so I pulled out a couple sheets from my wonderful marker pad here. Just my marker paper and my gal. Right, let's get started. To get started here, we're using a red very thin pencil. Just laying in the areas lightly. And then we'll begin with the head. Laying it out. Simple shapes. Now working on the torso. Getting in where her skirt goes. Sleeves. And now the arms. So the goal is pretty much basically to lay it out all with this red pencil. One, because it's pretty smooth. Because the paper itself is smooth. And how it erases as well. It won't be permanent. And I will at some point use a pencil as well to draw with, because it has a little bit more, I can get the details in with that. So now we're laying out the bottom part of the legs to the feet. A little bit of the shoe action here. I don't know how many of you guys draw with these very thin pencils, but I absolutely love them. And I try to buy new ones every chance I get. And definitely run out of that red a lot. So if I'm not using red, I'm using a purple or that dusty brown or auburn brown. It's a brownish one. It's not a true dark brown, but a little lighter. It's got a red tint to it as well. Working on these facial features here on a 3/4 face. Alright, looks like we're going to be laying in a little bit more detail here on this face, giving it a little bit more form, get the girl her look. Move that paper closer if you need to get a closer look of her features. Alright, now we're switched on to get that pencil. It's a mechanical pencil. It's actually a double-ended pencil. It has a red pencil on the other side and a regular lead pencil on the side I'm using. But here we're laying in a little bit more details of her dress as well as her face. That lead would probably be smaller than a 0.5 lead. Getting in all the pieces pretty good there. Getting a good flow going. Now usually a good eraser to have is one of those, I believe it's called a mead eraser. Not the pink one, but the gray one. Or kneadable. Maybe a kneadable eraser is probably what it's called. I didn't actually pull one out for this project, but it's one that you can pretty much roll in your hand. You treat it like clay. You can get little areas with it, you know, make it pointed or not pointed. I'll have to show at some point in another video what those items are, the very thin pencils as well as this eraser that I'm mentioning, and possibly, if needed, the size of the lead of the pencils. So different drawings require different size leads if you are totally into all of that. Most of the time, if you want to get into details, you want a smaller lead. That's the reason for it. At least the reason I use it. Other people may use it for different reasons, but also, you know, different leads have a darker nature, or a, I don't want to say smudging, maybe blending is a better choice of words. Just depending on the type of image you're using. For this image, I will not be blending any lead. I'll use colored pencils and design markers to actually finish the image, and then also add in a permanent marker with basically fine lines for you know, added contrast, as well as a harsher line for this drawing. I absolutely love the pencil as well. I have so many pencils. Most times it's just flow and what works for each artist. You know, number 2 pencils I love too. Ticonderogas, I collect those. But in terms of these, when you get a mechanical pencil that you don't have to change the lead because it doesn't break all the time, that is joy. You can get a full drawing in time after time without having to lose most of the lead. So this lead I'm really liking. And I actually bought this at what do you call, like it's sort of an art store but a thrift store. And I pretty much looked through their, you know, pencils and pens and kind of see what they have. Sometimes you come out with good stuff, sometimes you don't. But on this occasion, I found a few goodies. Getting in details in every area of this drawing, from the feet, legs, dress. It's quite an interesting print on the dress there. And I hope that I'll have, so that green that is in there is quite a, it's not vibrant by any means, but the colors that it's mixed with make it a little vibrant enough to see if I have that color. I don't believe I have it in a design marker, but I'll have to see if my colored pencils. This is where having an array of colors comes in handy, which you continue to collect, because different sets have them, and unless you know, you're able to find that color by searching for it, just that color alone. So speaking of the green, it's one of those what's the color I'm thinking of? It's not a dark green or a dusty green. But anyhow, it's a color I need to get. Coming along very nicely. Working on her purse, which actually has a gold chain. And the bottom portion of the purse could actually function as a clutch. But it's definitely a tapestry type purse, just as this dress is sort of a tapestry type dress. I love all the it's like shell-like jewelry. It's quite interesting. It's all flowery, but still like these elements of shells and pearls. And look at there. All right. So we got her all sketched out, and now we're gonna add some color. Start with her skin tone, and I'm using sort of a peachy color. It's not a Prismacolor design marker, but it is a design marker, and a great one. I usually shop at a Michael's or Collage. If anybody has the time to get down to a Collage art store, they usually have good stuff. Usually a small store in certain parts of town, but actually there's a few that have popped up since they opened. I do go to a couple of secondhand stores, one being Art and Framed and another one being a Scrap, and both of those have both brand new and used art supplies, which one is more, it's like a garage sale. One of them, the Scrap, is more like a garage sale. It has everything that you can think of or that you didn't think of all at once. And the way the store is laid out is kind of like that too. But Art and Framed is set up like a store, as they do framing for your artwork as well. And they have some of everything. A little bit of this and a little bit of that. And always I get my pens and paper there. When they have it, they usually have a lot of different styles of papers that I have not tried before. There used to be a time that I focused on it greatly, but once you find a paper that you like, then you pretty much get it all the time, unless you want to try something different. But look at our finished gal. The green is not quite the same, but I still got the same effect, I believe. Thanks for watching. See you next time.